are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here once again. And today, man, we have an awesome, amazing guest. We have Gary Pratt, man. You know this is going to be a fun show because I believe I had him on a few years ago. So it's like a little family reunion today. So he has amazing work that he's still doing as a country singer and artist. First and foremost, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Man, I appreciate you being on. So, like I said, you are a very well-known and respected country singer because you've been in the music industry over a decade. Tell the audience a little bit about what has been your recent, music releases and just what you've been up to.
Right now I have a single out called "Till Your Boots Are Dirty." It's doing very well on the IMN charts and down in Nashville. In fact, it'll be on a station tonight, WNHE. They play it every Monday night. They play it all through the week, but Monday nights they have a request line, and a lot of my fans call in and they request it, and if it gets so many requests, then they play it all week. So they're playing my song, right up there against Tim McGraw and Justin Moore and some of Cuddy Johnson right now. So I'm so honored, and my fans and my friends and family, I tell you, they are my backbone. They support me, and it's so humbling to know how much they care and how much time they put into different things like that. And it makes you feel really good and appreciated. And, that's the only thing I ever really wanted people to, listen to my music and respect it. And I'm getting that. So I'm so blessed. We've had several different songs off of this album called Something Worth Remembering, which was the recap from we talked a couple years ago, dedicated to my brother who passed away, and the whole album was dedicated to him. And so we've had several hits, iTunes hits over in number ones actually internationally, and it's gotten me some recognition through the International Singer-Songwriters Association. Actually, I'm up for 6 new awards right now in August, and that's really exciting. But if it wasn't for this album that I just put out, it's been about 2.5 years ago, so that's probably about when we talked last. That's given me, it's letting me live my dream, and I'm just so grateful. So that's sort of what's been going on. And, people hopefully, that listen to your show have reached out and, have taken a listen to my songs.
Yeah, you mentioned award nominations. I mean, you have, I believe I'm not mistaken, you have 6 nominations with, International Singer-Songwriters Association, Inc., and that is, I believe, is going to be in August 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. So was it like to have all these opportunities just kind of pop up? And it's like, okay, you're nominated for this, you're nominated for that.
It's sort of been a whirlwind. 2 years ago, I did win Songwriter of the Year through the International Songwriters Association. And last year I won New Emerging Artist. And I actually got to take my mom with me on that trip. And, that was sort of a dream come true to walk up on that stage and be able to say my how thankful I am to, my family and my friends and, and to God for getting me in where I'm at right now, actually. And it was my mom's birthday, so I got to say happy birthday to her on stage. So, that was one of my dreams to do that. But this coming up August 5th, I'll actually be performing during the showcase weekend at the after party for so many of my peers. And, we've become sort of family. I've met so many people all over the world, and it's so cool to go to this event and see them again, because I met them last year. The year before that, it was COVID, so it was all over the media, internet and that. So no one got to see each other. But I met so many wonderful people last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. But we all keep in contact with each other, and it's so nice to know what each one of us are doing, and we get to know each other a little bit more, personal. So it's going to be a really cool event that weekend. I'm up for like 6 awards: Songwriter of the Year, Male Vocalist of the Year, Song of the Year, Duet of the Year, with a song I wrote called "To Find Us," and that's with Savannah and Gary. She's awesome. Can't say enough about her. But we're up for Duo of the Year too, and like I said, 3 other awards too. And it's going to be a great weekend, and to be recognized by not only your fans and family and friends, but by your peers and people that are in the industry, that is like another level of recognition that that you get respect from other people, and it just makes you feel good, that you're doing stuff that people are listening to and people are getting messages from, and I can't say enough about that, and the doors that it has opened up for me and the larger shows I'm doing, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, man. You said Savannah Nighter. I'm like, yeah, I remember that name. So yeah, it's a small world, man, and that just goes to show you, the industry is very small. And when you look at your success that you have obtained with your music career, like I said in the intro of the show, you've been in the game for decades. I mean, you grew up in a small town. So let's talk about that, because when it comes to Slickville, I don't know how many people have heard of that, but kind of illustrate that for the audience, because you come from this small town and you're doing all these big things.
Yeah, Slickville's a very small town. I'm so glad I grew up in a small town like that. It was a small coal mining town and a lot of fields, a lot of farms, and we did a lot of dirt biking and quadding and, getting in a Jeep and doing some mudding and stuff like that. And, it was great growing up there because everybody knew each other, and, you felt safe in a small town like that. But, it was really like, us kids would go out and play all day, and, as long as we were home for supper, it was a different world back then, and I'm glad I grew up at that time. But I had a lot of good friends, in a small town, and it's probably about 40 miles east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, if anybody's familiar with that area. And it was great. We always had animals around the house. We always had, one time my dad built a barn, up from our house, and we always had cows or pigs or something going on that we always had to take care of. Usually not all at one time, but it was fun growing up. Like, I had 2 brothers. Like I said, one passed away, and we're so close. We're a close family. Unfortunately, since I talked to you, my father had passed away too. So now it's my one brother, my nephew, Hunter, who is like the apple of everyone's eye in our family, my mom and myself. So it's like us 4 right now, and significant others or whatever. But it's a great, I hope, I don't know what it's like growing up in the city or nothing like that, but I'm glad I grew up where I did. And I don't know if that's why I like country music or not, but my dad used to play a lot of country music around the house and our family, and some of them play guitars and stuff like that. But it's great growing up in a small town. In fact, I'm doing a concert, a hometown concert this coming August in my hometown. For a small town, we have a wonderful, wonderful amphitheater, and it's going to be a community days in our town. And I'm really excited about bringing my band in there and showing, people where, what I've done with my music. And I'm sure I'll get great support from them too. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to this summer.
And when you look back in your career, I mean, while your dad was still here, did he get a chance to really soak in the music that you created? And if so, was there any particular songs that he liked most, or that he showed you that he really, got into it?
My dad, he was always very supportive of my music. I mean, he's taken me back and forth to Nashville when I was like 16. In fact, he looked a lot like Willie Nelson, and a few times people would come up to him and ask him for his autograph. That's how much he looked like Willie Nelson. But he was always supportive. When my dad was sick, I was still, my album was pretty much out, and he was, I remember going to the hospital and showing him a video of a concert that he really wanted to go to at the Palace Theater in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, which is a nice size theater. And he really wanted to go, but he couldn't. And so I took the video to him, and one of my memories is him watching that video. And I don't know if I was talking about my brother during the video or what, but I just remember him, putting his hand up, and he was so proud of my music. He would tell everybody. And, we had a great relationship, and, I had time to say goodbye to my dad, and, make everything, right. And, just tell him how much I appreciated him, and how he not only, took care of his family, he just built a wonderful life for all of us. And, I got to share that with him and tell him, and, he knows he was loved, and I know I was loved. Now, with my brother, we didn't have time because he was taken away from us by a heart attack, and no one had time to say goodbye. So when I look back at comparing the two, I'm grateful and blessed. God gave me the time to say goodbye to my dad, and, but he was always supportive. And I know even now when I'm at my concerts, I'll put my fist up, say, this one's for you, Dad. And, sometimes I didn't know if I was going to get through sometimes a song or not, because of what has happened to our family and what has evolved through my music, and by these things that have happened in life, which happens to everybody. It's gave me a purpose in my music. And, don't ever waste time. Don't ever, take time for granted, especially with those that you love. I found that now I have another business too that keeps me very, very busy. And a lot of times I'd say, no, I'm not doing that. I got to work. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And over these last 2 years now, I've been taking time, making time for my family, my friends. I just went on a cruise with a friend of mine. We've been planning a get together, just, us two, for 20 years. And she called up and she said, hey, my husband can't go on his cruise. Can you go? And normally I probably would have said no. But like I said, I'm trying to make time for the important things in life, because, that's all we have. All we have is each other, people that love us and people that we love. And, you have to make time for it. Don't let life get in the way. So that's sort of my message through a lot of my songs. So yeah, that's where I'm at there.
Listen on Refocus Radio, talking to our guest, Gary Pratt. You can go to his website, garyprattmusic.com. And what I want to ask, follow up what you were just talking about is, have you found yourself writing differently since your dad passed, or are you just sticking to what you know best?
You know, I think I look at more type of messages in a song. And some of the songs, I have a new project that I'm working on, but I wrote some of the songs, and some of the songs were sent to me by publishers. And, I find myself gravitating to songs that are fun. You got to have fun in life. Songs that are serious, different messages in songs too. So, even on my last album, it was about life. It was about living life and having fun, but at the same time, letting God take control of your life and not missing opportunities and jumping in and doing what you want to do in life. So I do see myself writing and choosing songs that are a little different. Yeah, but they're fun. They're meaningful. Some are fun. Some are meaningful. Some are, ballads that are, that grab your heart. And so it's sort of a combination of different things in my projects, but I am writing a little different, a little more serious topics.
And you're at the point in your career where you're not like a new artist. You're trying to, get this sold and get that sold because, it's your first song that you're going to release to the public. You're kind of seasoned in the music industry. Do you find yourself marketing yourself differently now versus when you first got started?
Yeah. When I try to do a little bit more like larger shows now. I have opened up for a lot of different national acts and international acts, but more larger like arenas, that type of gigs. Before the album, I was doing more like wineries and little clubs like that, which I'll still do, but I'm trying to just get a larger type of venues. Marketing wise, I always throw out that or put it out there, like the people that are working on my albums and in the studio, and they're from Nashville, and my producer, I have a new producer on this next project, Adam Ernst, who's a young, talented guy, and you're going to hear a lot about him in the future. I think Luke Bryan's actually looking at some of his songs right now too. But I just want to do larger things, and I guess fewer gigs, but larger gigs, if that makes any sense. But it just depends on who people are, and what they, what type of audience might be there too. I'm sort of picking different places that I normally wouldn't even venture out to, but you only got one life to live, like I said, and so I try to get larger venues and get my music out there. Yeah.
And practicing, putting yourself out online, social media is always a monster. It's always something new that's happening, a new trend or whatever. What have you done to try to keep your eyes open as far as like what's new? Or how do you approach how you do that? Because everyone's different. Some people are all about the TikTok, and some others are just like, I'm old school, put the flyers on the bus or something.
Yeah, well, you know what? I do a lot on Facebook, which I've always done. I am doing different stuff on Instagram now, and Snapchat and TikTok. I've done some things. I think videos. I've put some videos out that I produce, but a lot of more segment videos. I don't know if that makes sense. Like different types of clips that you can put together. My next thing would be doing a video that's where I'm actually in it, or something like that. So you always want to try to better yourself. Even with these new songs that I'm in the studio doing now, it's like you wonder, can I do better than last time? And you hope that you can, and somehow you do. These new songs are so awesome, and I'm really excited about them. But I'm also excited about my old album too. And it's people seem to not get tired of it. I hear people say, I play this album all the time, and that's such a good feeling. But I need to learn more about like the Instagram and, the Snapchat and TikTok. I need to learn more about it, but I'm on my way. So you always just got to keep bettering yourself and get more areas where you can push yourself out there so people see you.
I believe you said earlier you have a nephew. Is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe he can help you with the social media game, because the young people know everything about getting these, buzzes going.
Yeah, I think he was he was a little surprised. He said, "Hey, I saw you on Snapchat. Hey, I saw you on Instagram." I said, "Well, I'm trying to learn,
Right.
So I think he was surprised to see me on there, but it'll come. Yeah, he can help me out. If not him, his girlfriend would. So I know that for sure. Yeah, they're part of that kind of stuff.
For the young people out there who are trying to get into the music industry as an artist or a songwriter, especially during the country genre, based on what you've been able to see specifically in your genre and country world, what's some of the basic fundamentals that artists should have in place if they want to have a successful career?
Well, I think first of all, you have to when you're performing, and you have to get out there. If you're young, get out there, and the more experience you get, the better you are. Like every one of my shows, you may be doing the same songs or whatever, but my shows are always different because I can read the audience. I can see what's going on in the audience, and I use that in my shows. Someone says something, I go off on that, but I think it's just you have to be seasoned and just keep playing and keep doing and keep writing. Writing is a craft. The more you write, the more you listen to other people, the better you're going to get. And and you always see other people that might be more talented, better looking, whatever, but you're in your own boat. You run your own race. You don't compare yourself to someone else. And it's all in timing. It's all in breaks and the right people at the right time. And if something makes you happy, it's like music makes me happy, and it's my life. It always has been. I'll never give it up. If I'm singing in a basement, I'll be happy. I love music, and so never give up. Never let other people tell you you're not good enough or that you'll never make it. You just run your own race. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, man. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like that's a metaphor. People do not like eating barbecue unless it's on the grill first. So you got to get to cooking, man. Like you said, it's a craft. You got to keep going at it. And that's a great concept to have, because a lot of times you can look in different industries and sometimes the individual thinks that you just make a wish, the genie appears and you have a great successful career. But it's the total opposite. It's what you put into what you're doing. And you just got to keep going and you got to keep learning. The only way you're going to do it is if you actually do it. You got to show up.
Yeah, you learn all your life. All your life you're learning. You want to be a better person too,
That's true too. And speaking of being a better person, when you release your next project, whenever that day comes, they have to follow you on social media to find out that date. But what are you hoping that will come across that new song playlist?
You know what? I think it's going to be a little bit different of a sound. You know, you always want to be better, like I said. And I think people that are listening to me now will see even more of me and more of my messages and, you know, what my music's about. And I want to gain, you know, more people listening to my stuff, and you know, give me what they think about it. I want a wider audience, of course, and just want to reach more people and have them see that this project is better than the last project, and the last project's better than the one before that. I mean, I can see that, and you know, I want people to see that and say, you know what, this guy's not too bad. You know, he's pretty good, and you know, he's putting something out there that means something and that touches me, and you know, I think that's what I want.
Yeah, are there any exclusive names that you can drop? Are there any collaborations on any future songs?
I have Adam Ernst, like I talked to you about, doing a few songs that he was involved in, and also, you know, some of my own songs that I wrote. Some of the other artists or writers that I'm doing, I think I'll wait on that to let people know who they are. But yeah, I think we'll wait on that. But I just sort of want to let people hear it when it comes out.
Well, we know it's exclusive, man, because it's so new that there's no title just yet. So first and foremost, we're talking to our guest, Gary Pratt. You can go to his website, garyprattmusic.com. And before we let you go, what would you like to say to the audience if we haven't covered it yet?
Well, not really anything that, you know, I just want people to get out there, you know, go to the website, all the different, you can reach my music through anything, YouTube and Amazon and all the different media sites. You can Spotify, Reverb Nation, you know, get out there, take a listen to my music and, you know, pass the word for me if you would. Let people know that if you like me, then pass the word and let your friends know about it. As far as touching any kind of real topics right now, I think we're pretty good there. And, you know, you've been awesome. I'm so glad you took the time to be with me, have me on the show again. And like I said, maybe once this new project comes out, we can do more nitty gritty on it.
Oh, yeah, we got to have another exclusive, man, once the project comes out. So once again, you can go to garyprattmusic.com. Stay up to date. Follow his social media so you know when any new music events are coming in the near future. Talking to a country singer, artist, Gary Pratt. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, buddy.